I found a short story that I wrote for Aceblade probably in 2010, 2011, when we were first started writing stories for Aceblade, and I was thinking about turning this into a comic book, but it just, kind of stuck as a short story. It's called, well, actually, I renamed it K.O.G.E. I can't tell you what that stands for right now because Morgan will mollywop me. He'll kill me if I tell you what K.O.G.E. stands for. But I'll tell you that this is one of the Easter eggs that we've put in here early to connect to some things down the road. So this is another story. It's really simple, but it's kind of gives you an idea of Aceblade's, his style. I would say he's kind of like Batman. He goes for stealth and quickness. He wants to take villains out, quickly instead of risking getting hurt or anything like that. So you also get to see what his motivations are here and how he doesn't really care about the money. It's just about catching the people who are doing things wrong. So here we go. This is another extremely short story by me, Danny J. Quick, called K.O.G.E. for the Fourth Wall Universe. The night is young as tourists from all around race from table to table pushing their luck. The air is hot and thick. There's an intensity in the atmosphere that can't be found anywhere else on the planet. A buzzer usually sounds off at 10 p.m. to signal jackpot hour, but tonight is different. There are no visible clocks to be found anywhere in the casino. The heavy promotion has drawn a large crowd for the weekend, and the crowd is anxiously awaiting the coming hour. As the hour rolls in, a strange calm overcomes the crowd. The buzzer doesn't sound tonight, and the confusion brings business to an almost immediate halt. All of a sudden, a piercing screech rips through the crowd, shattering glass and forcing patrons to the floor while holding their ears in terror. 4 armed men, all in black tactical gear, race from elevators, carrying large backpacks stuffed with millions of dollars in cash and chips. They began tossing flashbang grenades to clear a path in front of them to the door and drop concussion grenades behind them to close the path behind them and prevent the security from following them. Just before bursting out into the street, all 4 masked men tossed their remaining explosive into oncoming traffic, clearing out all bystanders. A blazing hot, blinding burst of light erupts from the combined ordnance, forcing everyone around to turn away and take cover. All 4 men vanish into the chaos. While the local authorities scramble to locate the 4 men, they've made their way up to a high-rise in an adjacent building. William Flores, the leader of the crew, closes the door behind him while checking to make sure that they weren't followed. "I think we're clear, boys," he says with a content little smirk on his face. Flores is a Filipino-American man with the body of an Asian action star and the mind of a criminal super genius. He's had many run-ins with the law, but his quest for the big score prevents him from being content with a mediocre lifestyle. He's been planning this hit for months, and he's sure that he's outsmarted the hotel security and the local police. But what about Aceblade? Vegas City's resident vigilante has a knack for fouling up big jobs like this one. No way. There's no way Aceblade could have known about this plan. Okay, everything is running smoothly. Now it's time to split up the money and get out of here. Bang, bang! 2 shots ring out from behind Flores just as he was starting to relax. His muscles all tense up and his heart freezes as he whips around to find the last of his 3 henchmen being disarmed and slammed into the ground. It's Aceblade, ominously crouching over the 3 lackeys. He only has 1 target left. Flores' fear and surprise converge in his stomach and almost makes him sick enough to vomit. Aceblade rips the pistol that he's just taken into 2 pieces and looks up at William. Aceblade stands and starts slowly towards Flores. Not even thinking to reach for his weapon, Flores almost jumps out of his skin trying to get away. He trips over his own feet while trying to turn and starts to fall against the door. Aceblade catches him by the collar before he can even hit the floor and hoists him up off his feet. Wait, take the money. It's yours, Ace. Sit down. Aceblade tosses William across the room like a clumsy bag of potatoes. Flores stumbles over the half-conscious man lying on the floor into a nearby chair. "I'm not here for the money, Will. I got bigger fish to fry." Flores almost eases into the chair with a confused look on his face. He keeps his weight on his tiptoes just in case he gets an opening to run for the door. What do you mean? Flores has heard stories about Aceblade dealing out his own brand of punishment to criminals, but he's never actually come face to face with them before now. I mean, tell me what I want to know, and I might not break your face before your trip to jail tonight. Aceblade stands threateningly, as he clearly has the upper hand. Yeah, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Flores is willing to give up his own mother if he can get on Aceblade's good side right now. Good. Aceblade drops his arms and reaches into a pouch on his belt. He pulls out 2 silver vials containing blue and green liquid. The numbers 22 and 28 are stamped on the side. A thick, black rubber stopper keeps the strange liquid from spilling out. The letters R and D are inscribed into the stopper. Aceblade tosses the 2 vials into Flores' lap. He picks them up to take a good look, but it doesn't even take him a second to realize what he's holding. Aceblade starts his interrogation. What do you know about these? Aceblade can tell that Flores recognizes the samples by the look on his face. Where did you get these? He asks hesitantly. You know where I got them or I wouldn't be here. Aceblade doesn't have time for the backstory right now. Yeah, but this project was terminated over a year ago. Spill it, Will. I don't have time for you to be surprised. Okay. I don't recognize the insignia, but these are definitely samples from the K.O.G.E Warrior project. Before moving to Vegas City, Flores once worked closely in research and development on a project that was intended to produce special abilities in mercenaries working for the private military group called K.O.G.E, or K.O.G.E. The project was canned after new presidential policies declared its methods unconstitutional. This is dangerous stuff here, Aceblade. This stuff works, but the research was still incomplete and very unstable depending on the user. 5 people died with this stuff in their blood. 1 was a teenager. Now there's been a kidnapping and a scientist is missing. Who in the city has the kind of equipment to start it back up? Aceblade adjusts his goggles and peers out the window to see the police still nearby outside the casino. I don't know. I don't have any clue who would be running this project here. Don't lie to me! Aceblade turns to Flores and with a quick turn of his forearm, a blade extends from the metal brackets that Aceblade is wearing on his arms. He grabs Flores by the neck and pulls him out of the chair. Okay, wait a minute. There's a lab 4 floors under the Obsidian. It was one of the labs I applied to when I moved here. I always thought their equipment was too advanced for what they were doing. Aceblade digs deeper. And what was that? They said water treatment and testing, but I knew they had something else going on. Aceblade reaches into another pocket and takes out a small round device. A friend of mine from K.O.G.E actually recommended I apply there. Now I see why. Aceblade walks up to the window and clutches a small device tightly in his right hand. You should take me with you. I could probably help you get into the lab. I don't need you for this next part. You've helped out enough tonight, and to show my appreciation, I'll give you a head start on the police. Aceblade presses down on the device, causing it to beep loudly. He hurls it through the window, shattering the glass, just before exploding over the balcony, alerting the nearby authorities. Aceblade leaps through the broken glass and disappears into the night. Flores scrambles to gather all the cash he can, leaving his team to be taken by the police, who are seconds away from capturing the crooks. Aceblade watches from nearby as he formulates a plan to rescue the kidnapped kid and find the missing scientist. It's going to be a long night. Yeah, that one was a little long. I didn't remember it being that long. I think this was before I started doing, less than 1,000 words and all that stuff. Like I said, this is a really old one, but I was reading back over and I was like, yeah, this still applies. I think a couple of years ago, me and Morgan started developing an idea about something that we were going to do in the future. If you know me, I'm really bad about spoilers. I'll give up information on anything if you ask me. But this project is something that's slated for down the line. So if it ever happens, you'll be able to say you heard about it here first. So I really appreciate y'all listening. I know this is one of the longer episodes, so I'll go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'm at the Aceblade, and Morgan is at the LumberJax with the 3 as the E. But that's all for this week, y'all. I'll be seeing you next week. You can always Contact us and tell us what you liked and what you didn't like about the stories, what you would like to hear us write about. And you know, we're always taking that kind of stuff into consideration. We're hoping to have some special guests on soon, but until then, you know, it's just me and Morgan. So I'm out of here, y'all. I really appreciate y'all listening, and until next time, stay vigilant, my friends. I'm out.